What are the most important conditions for a change in lifestyle? Realizing that our thinking and acting is primarily stimulated and fed by the programmed brain, by learned lifestyle data, and therefore not necessarily our own, is perhaps the most important condition for making the switch to a healthier life. If we are guided by our programmed thinking, negative emotions such as fear, frustration, and anger are much more likely to arise and resist change. These emotions can even lead to a chronic state of stress and elevated levels of the stress hormone cortisol in our body, accelerating and exacerbating almost all chronic conditions. Only if we give space to our smart brain so that we can better formulate our personal will, put it into perspective, and think about the future. Only then do we give our programmed brain the necessary information and develop a healthier blueprint in which we can make healthier choices. Because the programmed brain is constantly being joined by our actions and thoughts, so it's important that we're aware of what we're pouring in and adding. Giving space to the smart brain actually means that every now and then we should question our thoughts and actions, because every quick reaction or action comes primarily from our programmed brain. And while that response is often instinctive and intuitive, it doesn't always benefit us. Byron Katie, a speaker and author of The Work, has developed a highly effective strategy for this that has been used by millions of people. Indeed, according to her, our programmed brain only raises beliefs and thoughts in order to maintain behaviors that we already had. This can lead to thoughts about what you can and cannot do. Examples of such thoughts are, "I've never been good at that," "See, I'm not a go-getter," etc. In The Work, she suggests pausing for a moment on those thoughts and asking yourself a few questions about those thoughts. 1. Is it true what I'm thinking now? 2. Can you be absolutely sure it's true? 3. How do you respond to that thought? 4. Who would you be without this thought? These 4 questions from Katie help us to get more peace of mind and more control over our actions. What we really want to achieve is that we become more aware of our automated and conditioned thinking. Pause for a moment, examine it, and then consider, who would I be without that thought? This makes it easier for us to let go of that thought and think of what we would like instead. This is the tipping point in behavior change and awareness, and perhaps the turning point for Homo sapiens. The earlier in our lives we recognize the difference between our thoughts based on our past, programmed brain, and our inner self, smart brain, what we want to do deep down, how we want to live and think, the faster we make the switch to a healthier lifestyle. If you know what you'd like to change and why, the chances are that you'll succeed. The sense of motivation that you get from this prompts you to take action. Michael Beckwith, known for The Secret and author of many awareness books, calls this turning point the Big Transformation and the Great Awakening. By this, he means waking up from the prison of our past. Practice shows that mental rest is an important condition for getting better at dwelling on our thoughts. By seeking mental peace, we can more easily get rid of the approximately 70,000 thoughts we have on average every day, which are 95 to 98% only repetition. In the history of mankind, you'll also see that we've always been looking for possibilities and strategies to tame our automated thinking. At a certain moment, we started praying for this within religions. In Buddhism, and later in yoga, meditation was devised for this, and later on, people developed mindfulness. All strategies intended, among other things, to limit what Buddhists call the monkey mind, or the thinking from our programmed brain, and to let the own voice or the smart brain speak more. Mental rest is just as important as healthy exercise and a healthy diet, if not more important. Because if you can let go of your automated thinking for a while, it ensures less stress and worries and more self-confidence, the ability to put things into perspective and acceptance. There are many types of mental rest exercises. For example, breathing exercises, mindfulness, meditation, a walk in nature, or listening to your favorite music. And every time you use such a resting exercise, you make healthy hormones in your body, such as serotonin,
oxytocin,
and melatonin. And you ensure a reduction of stress hormones such as cortisol. What can we learn from this? Think about unhealthy behavior. Do you want to continue doing that? And what arguments do you use for this? Feel free to question your thoughts every now and then. especially if they have negative influences. Occasionally, with negative thoughts, think about who I would be without those thoughts. Find a moment every day to relax mentally. What we think, how we deal with our thoughts, how aware we are of it, and what intention we put into it apparently has a much greater impact than we've always thought. In the next chapter, we'll talk more about the effects of dwelling on our day-to-day thoughts.